a small town.
Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's in everybody's business.
A deadly feud.
It's delusion, it's depravity.
And a whole lot of lonely. A sheltered young woman with a little girl's voice, living her life on Facebook.
She was really good behind a keyboard, as long as she didn't have to do it face to face.
But when online friendships unravel...
I was a bad person. I was horrible. I went through a whole lot.
She was always saying that somebody was mad at her, somebody hated her, somebody wanted to kill her.
Everyone takes sides.
I remember I wrote, "Please do not write on Jenelle's Facebook. I beg you, please don't do this."
The cauldron is boiling amongst these players, all egging each other on.
Then...
Honey, I didn't know it was bad. Oh, my God.
2 people murdered.
There's no pulse on either one of them. They're white. They're kids.
It was a precision execution, in and out, happened very quickly.
Facebook
defriending that led to murder.
And a bizarre tale begins to unfold.
What a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.
Stashes of arms.
We had rifles, shotguns, semis.
Secret recordings.
You got rid of everything as for me, didn't you?
And a secret agent in their midst.
Is the CIA here? CIA?
It appeared that there was some type of conspiracy here. They kept referring to a guy named Chris.
Taps on a keyboard lead to murderous mind games.
You know, she may be operating on a 4th grade level, but she's got a PhD in manipulation.
Hey, so today's story takes place in Mountain City, a small Christian town of about 2,500 people, where everyone knows everybody and everyone is in everyone's business. Everyone is super friendly and welcoming to everyone, except for maybe Jenelle Potter and her family.
Sign welcoming people to Mountain City says a friendly hometown. Friendly to you?
No.
Why not?
Because I wasn't born and raised here. I didn't grow up here. People here do not like outsiders.
The Potter family consisted of 60-year-old Marvin Potter, who went by the nickname of Buddy Potter. He was a former Marine who was later fined for lying about awards he received in the military. Age had taken his toll on Buddy Potter though, and he now had a lot of health problems. He was receiving disability payments. He had to use an oxygen tank, which he decorated with bullets. Buddy carried a gun on him at all times, even when he was doing yard work. He was a patriot, let's just say that. Buddy also claimed that he worked with the CIA in his Marine days. And this is something that fascinated his wife, Barbara Potter.
Sounds like Rambo.
I just saw him as a gentle giant.
She worked for Hewlett-Packard, but she moved the family to Mountain City in order to be closer to her elderly mother. Both Buddy and Barbara were both very protective, too protective actually, over their adult daughter Jenelle. Jenelle had a lot of issues. She had an auditory disability, which is when her hearing is okay, but her brain cannot process what she's hearing correctly. So that kept her in special ed classes when she was younger. She also had anxiety issues as well as type 1 diabetes, which she didn't manage properly. Jenelle also received disability payments, and in her late 20s, her best friends were stuffed animals. She supposedly had a mind of a 10-year-old, so the internet was her escape from the world. And it was the year of 2004 to 2005, so at that time it was chat rooms, MySpace, and Facebook, which was just starting. Jenelle's online activity was closely monitored by her mother.
Did your parents have access to your Facebook page? Did they monitor it?
Yes.
A woman in your late 20s and your parents have access to your Facebook page?
Well...
Luckily, a local woman named Tracy took it upon herself to befriend Jenelle and introduce her to her group of friends.
Sweet and innocent. I mean...
She's got the big blue eyes, right?
Mm-hmm. The sweetest thing you'd ever think you'd see.
Tracy takes it upon herself to befriend the social misfit Jenelle.
We felt sorry for Jenelle. She was shelter to come sick and stuff. She gave me her phone number, and I started calling her.
I would go out with her to the mall, to her house and out to eat.
One time she took Jenelle rock climbing with her brother, Billy Payne, who we will call Bill in this story. Bill Payne was 7 years older than Jenelle. He was a prankster who was into partying, women, and opiates. Jenelle fell really hard for Bill, but Bill just wasn't interested. So Tracy tried to set Jenelle up with another man named Jamie Curd. Jamie was a bit rough looking. He was known around town for fixing everyone's computers. He even fixed the Potter family computer. So Jenelle and him had that in common. Plus, Jamie also never had a girlfriend before. Jenelle liked Jamie, so they developed a relationship, but they had to keep it from Janelle's overprotective parents. So Jamie would sometimes go over there to fix the family computer. But when Janelle's parents weren't around, he would stick his USB into Janelle's port.
You and Jamie got pretty serious at one point.
Yes.
He gave you a cell phone so that you guys could talk without your parents being on the phone.
Yes.
How often would you talk?
Every day.
For long periods?
For an hour, 2 hours at a time.
So even though Jenelle had this relationship with Jamie Curd, she was still obsessed with Bill Payne, who was Jamie's cousin, by the way. But Bill Payne had moved on to a woman named Billie Jean Hayworth. Billie Jean was in her early 20s and she worked in the same factory as Bill Payne. They quickly moved in together, and in 2010, Billie Jean became pregnant. In July of 2011, they had a baby boy who they named Tyler. Meanwhile, Jenelle Potter was receiving vicious attacks on her Facebook page from anonymous accounts. They would call her a loser and a loner, and some would even threaten her life.
What kinds of things were people saying about you?
Just that I was a bad person. I was horrible. Threatened to get raped.
Must have been pretty scary.
Yes.
I remember I wrote, "Please do not write on Jenelle's Facebook." I begged them, please don't do this.
Jenelle seemed to know exactly where the comments were coming from, though. She said that they were coming from Billie Jean Hayworth. Janelle's parents, Buddy and Barbara, would go to the police about the online harassment, and they would beg the trolls to stop harassing Jenelle. But soon the online harassment would spill over into real life. The trolls started to throw rocks at the Potter house, and it seemed like the vandals wanted everyone to know exactly who they were, because on the rocks they wrote their names: Bill Payne and Billie Jean. Jenelle got so mad she started spewing some hate of her own. She started writing on Facebook that Bill and Billie Jean were on drugs, they were partying all the time, and they were just crazy people. Although Bill Payne and Billie Jean felt bad for Jenelle, and so they would just call the Potter parents and tell them they were not the ones harassing Jenelle and to just make Jenelle stop. But when Jenelle wished death upon their infant son, both Bill Payne and Billie Jean Hayworth unfriended Jenelle. At 10:30 a.m. on January 31st of 2012, a 911 call came in from Bill and Billie Jean's house.
County 911. Honey, I need a name with bad. There's no call. They're white. They're kids. And there's a baby involved. She don't look right. In one room, she's in the other right playpen. She kind of looks like she's trying to get to her baby. You can tell by looking at their faces. They're swelled. They're black and blue. They've been beat.
Okay, do you want to attempt to do CPR?
They're both dead. It's too late.
Both Bill Payne and Billie Jean Hayworth had been shot dead. Their infant son was unharmed in Billie Jean's arms. At first, the police thought that this must have been a professional hit because someone really cold-blooded must have had to kill a woman who was holding her infant son. When they were investigating, though, the Potters kept coming up. So the police went to pay the Potter family a visit.
Got lost with the Tennessee Grove.
Oh, okay, nice to meet you.
Absolutely. What we're doing right now is investigating adult homicide. Very serious matter.
Everybody always points a finger at us for something. Well, no, there ain't nobody pointing a finger.
Do you know of anybody that would hurt them, want to hurt them?
No, actually, I don't. I feel bad about the situation because I didn't want no harm on them. They've been harassing me in my driveway, on our property,
And then yesterday morning when I got on Facebook is when I found out. And, I mean, I'm sorry it happened, but, I mean, that's all I can tell you is they have been harassing the living crap out of me.
Why would they be harassing?
It came out to be a jealousy thing. They said I was too pretty.
Sure, Jan.
What's Jamie to you?
He's just a friend. We've been friends for years.
He's friend of our family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's friend of all of us to me. Jamie kind of like your boyfriend?
No. No, he's just a really good friend.
Does he want to be your boyfriend?
Not that I know of.
The police then took in Janelle's boyfriend, Jamie Curd, for some questioning.
I think you went in there. We'll take care of the situation. We'll take care of people messing with Janelle. People ain't gonna mess with my girl no more. She's not my girl. You may say that out loud, but it's your heart to tell me. Were you the only person that was ever killed? I like that.
He took a lie detector test, which he failed miserably. Jamie then surprised the police by asking them,
Is the CIA here?
CIA?
No.
No.
Can I ask the question? Yeah. Why did you ask about the CIA? Because he says he works for them.
That's when Jamie told cops that he had been in contact with a secret agent named Chris who knew about the whole thing. After 6 hours of interrogation, Jamie broke down and told police that Buddy Potter, Janelle's father, was the one who killed the couple.
Who shot him? He who? Buddy? Yes.
Cops took in Buddy Potter.
You know why you're here, right?
That somebody's told you I'm the one who killed somebody. I'm not going to tell you I did something I didn't do.
I believe you are sick and tired of the most precious person in your life being attacked and harassed constantly. I know that. Okay?
Ever since all this crap started, I've had my life threatened. My wife has been threatened. They've threatened to take Jenelle, cut her head off.
When you hear people
plotting to catch your daughter in a restroom and murder her and just so much.
My question I got right now. Jenelle Barker knows what you did. No.
Things took a turn for the weird though when police went to search the Potter house. They found 50 guns there, including AK-47s, assault rifles, shotguns, none of which were the ones that killed Bill and Billie Jean, but America. Cops also found multiple pictures of the victims hanging up, and they had curse words and insults written across them. And police actually stopped Barbara Potter as she was trying to rip up one of the pictures. Cops seized the family computer, and in the family truck they found 3 bins of shredded paper. And cops actually spent a month putting the shredded paper back together. The shredded papers actually turned out to be emails from the CIA agent, Chris.
From Chris to the Potters. I'm 1,000 yards away from your mom's house. I see everything. Perfect. I've also been around your mom's house. It was Barbara's mother who lived in Mountain View, and I know where the rooms are, when they have not been home. I guess you're wondering what my job is for the CIA and also ICE. Overseas, that's keeping girls from trading, and also for CIA. I just kill, and I enjoy that a lot. I get to shoot all the bad guys. And with NICS, well, I work with some Marines overseas, and do things with them, and also go on walks and know what's going on there. There is a lot I'm in, but they seem to want me all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm skinny and long, or because I can do things faster than most. Not really sure. I'm a sharpshooter, also would tell you to carry a gun with hollow point, so it can blow them away. Make sure you carry, please. Yes, I'm sure it's getting to Jenelle. She is going to die here, I feel, with all this crap. Well, if he needs to do anything, buddy, get Bill first, because he's really mean and an asshole. Down, fucker.
Another one?
Kill, and don't worry about them. Buddy's ID, they need to give him that shit because he could use it right now. And do what I'm doing, and then he could work with us, you know.
So, in case you haven't guessed it already, Chris was actually Jenelle. An IP address would trace the emails from Chris back to the Potter family computer. Barbara Potter, though, believed that Chris was a real CIA agent, which is wow, after looking at the spelling and grammar on those. You remember, Dad, Buddy Potter, also told the family that he was in the CIA at one point.
Here's an email of Barbara asking Chris, where's the ID? Hi, Chris. Bud was wondering when he would be contacted to meet and pick up his ID you spoke of some time ago. Just for your info, he is home every day now, as I am home. He can come alone because Jenelle can be with me. He is actually wondering if there is an ID or not. They call him, he'll put in his code and meet wherever. Chris responded, but yes, I saw the ID. They have not gave it to him yet. That's what makes me so mad. They say they will do it and they have not called him. I even told my boss about it and he said yes. Chris would tell that he had killed in his line of work, to which Barbara would respond, as long as you're doing the right thing for mankind, then you will not be judged badly. If it is like Buddy did, you are helping others by getting rid of the bad. I understand what you do fully if it is like Buddy did. I worry about when you retire though. Don't let it ever get you down, Chris. Here's another one Barbara sent to Chris. Maybe Bud will have ID by then and can use CIA guns, etc. for his protection. Get the jobs done, you know? They all need to go and the ones left need to be given a big scare as they watch and wonder, am I next? Whatever, whenever you want to do whatever, contact Bud. Did you tell your bosses guys work with you? Prob not do that because he, H has no ID, you know. Bud knows this area well and will help you, he said. He is fed up and ready. Shame they had to push him to this because he is a very patient man. But once you push him too hard too long, it's over. He won't take it. Bill Payne, never acts along. We know of some he's been in on killing and girls being raped there. It's no secret. So they may as well accept the losses and go on with their lives because they are not going to get Jenelle. There is no way. Between our heavy quantities of ammo and protection of her at all times, and your alls, they're going to get the surprise of their lives. If someone wants to bring it on, they will all die, including the baby. Billy is a satanic, mean, manipulating liar. So you think that it will be in a week or so? Things will be happening. We are thinking different, sooner, and ready. Well, we will see. It may be sooner than anyone thinks. Yes, we've had enough and we want peace, and no one here wants to kill anyone, but we will.
Chris would also send emails to Jenelle's boyfriend, Jamie.
She is a good person. These girls are just driving her so crazy. And you know they are crazy, but what they are doing is still fucking wrong and hurting her like they are. There is no reason for it. Just because she is sweet and very pretty, prettier than them. They need to get over it. They just love to pick, but from what I know, something will happen to them in time. With you and Buddy, I hope you all can get them. And that you know what you are all doing is great. You're going to help the town. I wish I could kill them, but right now, I really can't.
So with all this, police were able to get phone records for Jenelle and her boyfriend, Jamie. And they show Jenelle texting Jamie on the morning that Bill and Billie Jean were murdered. She basically says that she heard her dad leaving and, you know, just it shows that Jenelle was aware of what was happening that day. Jamie Kerr drove Buddy Potter over to Billy and Billie Jean's house, and Buddy Potter went in and shot them both.
2 men charged in the murder of a Johnson County couple are now in the process of hiring lawyers. Today in court, a judge appointed a temporary public defender for Jamie Lynn Kerr until he can hire his own attorney. Marvin Potter Jr. is in the process of hiring his own lawyer, and the 2 men are charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of Billie Jean Hayworth and Kurt's cousin Billy Payne at the couple's home outside Mountain City, Tennessee. A family friend found Payne and Hayworth's baby unharmed in his mother's arms at the crime scene. The TBI said the victims had a history with the Potter family. Investigators said the pair filed a harassment complaint against Potter's daughter last year, sparking a feud between the families that resulted in murder.
Buddy Potter pled guilty to and was given 2 life sentences. Jamie was given 25 years as part of a plea deal. Both Jenelle and her mom Barbara insisted they were innocent and they went on trial together.
Why did you write to Chris that you wanted them dead?
I didn't.
Yeah, you did, from these emails.
Well, you can believe those emails if you want.
So who wrote this? 1,
how would I
2,
know?
3,
I might have
4,
started an email
5,
that got changed.
6,
well, you can do what
7,
you want. I'm telling you.
8, 9, 10, 11-page email. 11 pages.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long email. And you write, I will kill if I have to. Not just hurt, but kill.
That's not me. That is not me, because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not evil.
But probably the most revealing email isn't one Barbara exchanged with Chris, but rather one she sent to herself. A link to a Billy Graham article on forgiveness and murder.
A couple weeks before the murders, you had searched, "Can God forgive a murderer?"
No, I didn't. That's not me. No, I did not. I don't want anybody murdered. I did not do that.
Maybe Jenelle?
I don't know. I would hope not.
Do you think if you passed that you'd go to heaven?
Yes, definitely. And with a clean conscience. I could die right now, and I would feel good about it. I would go. I love my daughter. I love my husband. But I would not sit here and lie for them.
You wouldn't take a hit for your daughter?
No, not me. I love her, but I'm not going to serve life for her.
Can God forgive your mother?
I'm sure.
What about you?
I didn't murder anyone.
You don't have any responsibility for the murder of Billy Payne, Billie Jean?
No.
None?
No.
No, but you hated them after time again and again.
I just disliked them.
You hated them enough to tell your father that they were really torturing you. And you must have hated them if what you say is true, that they were harassing you time after time again and again.
I just disliked them. I wanted to quit. I wanted the harassment to stop. I went through a lot with them, but I never wished them dead. I never wanted them dead.
Jenelle begins to cry. Is it real, or is it just another move in her game of master manipulation?
Chris was you.
No.
You are Chris. You invented him like you invented other characters.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
No.
Just happened to be from your email, from your computer, with your fingertips.
No.
It was from your IP address, from your email address.
I don't think we're going to get into that. She said
everything
no,
leads back to Chris. Chris apparently created this scenario.
She stated she's not Chris, and that's what she maintains.
Do you feel like you had any responsibility in doing this to him?
Jenelle's defense was that she wasn't smart enough to mastermind any murder. She had the mind of a 10-year-old and all these disabilities, so how could she have possibly masterminded such a thing? During the trial, the real Chris testified. It turns out he was not actually a CIA agent, but Jenelle had used his pictures. He was just one of Jenelle's old classmates who remembered her.
You know, one of those kids that just very strange.
Jenelle's sister also came forward. I've never mentioned Jenelle's sister before because her sister was estranged from the family and she never even lived in Mountain City. She moved out as soon as she could. But anyway, she recalled that when Jenelle was younger, she would have all these crushes on these different boys at school. And the boys didn't return the crush, and Jenelle took out her anger on other girls at school. She said that Jenelle would fake seizures and illnesses for attention. Both Jenelle and her mother Barbara were found guilty and were both given 2 life sentences. So yeah, that's the story of Jenelle Potter. Jenelle was not a mastermind in my opinion. I think she was just manipulating very simple people. And in my opinion, she didn't have the mind of a 10-year-old. It was closer to the mind of a 15 or 16-year-old, because this sounds exactly like something a 15-year-old girl would do, doesn't it? But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.